welcome back to TechOdyssey. So this is a special edition video specifically talking about the upcoming Onward Mobility BlackBerry that we've been waiting on for a very long time. Now, we were told that it was going to be available the first half of 2021. We've been talking about this for a long time, since August of 2020. A very long time has gone by, and we've been waiting and waiting for this phone. And it's been at a very critical time because not only is BlackBerry 10 going to be end of life in January, but also we're having issues with 2G and 3G going away, and the BlackBerry 10 phones don't really support voice over LTE. And to make that even more complicated, AT&T is not allowing a lot of voice over LTE BlackBerries to work on their network. So, very crucial time. We've all been waiting and expecting the device now. And we were expecting a press announcement at least. And I've been talking about this for weeks, saying that we should have a press release. I mean, pretty much any prudent company would put out a press release if you're not going to meet a deadline. And there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about here. But first, I want to put some parentheses around this conversation we're about to have, because one, the whole point of this conversation is because I care very much about this brand and about these phones. Two, I care very much about you guys because you are my subscribers and we all believe in the BlackBerry brand. So, talking about it, that's where this comes from. Now, Onward Mobility, I think they're fine people. I have talked to them at great length, and I believe that they have the best interest of the brand and these phones in mind, and the reason they've done this is because they want to bring a BlackBerry to us fans. To date, there's a little over, I think, about 1 million people in the world still using a BlackBerry, and that's going to go down significantly once the BlackBerry 10 devices go away. They know about this. They have to do their market research. They tell me some of these numbers. Of course, I guess some of the numbers, and they're like, how do you know this? I'm like, well, I do my research as well. But talking about the phone, I want to let everyone know, rest assured, based on, I mean, this is based off of my impressions of the people at Onward Mobility. This is based off what I know, what I've been made privy to. I have asked permission from them to tell you I have signed a non-disclosure agreement around this information so that I can talk about it. They have great faith in me not to do anything that's going to hurt the brand, as much as I have faith in them that they're going to do what's right with the phone. So they have a licensing agreement from BlackBerry. BlackBerry Limited has given a licensing agreement to Onward Mobility to bring a BlackBerry Android device with 5G and a physical keyboard to market. That gives them great latitude to do things. They have intellectual property. They have assistance from BlackBerry. They have the tools that they need. This was recently echoed in the shareholder meeting with John Chen at the end of the meeting, saying, look, they're working on it. He doesn't know much about it. They're very hands-off. And that's basically what we know publicly, is that BlackBerry is very hands-off. Onward Mobility is the one that has the spear. They're running with it. If they need something, they ask BlackBerry for it. That's what John Chen said. So, Onward Mobility is not the catch-all, end-all, be-all when it comes to this stuff. So, I can say from my knowledge, yes, they understand that it would be good to have a press announcement out right now. There are underlying reasons why there is not one. And there's a reason why I'm talking today. Now, this is not from them. I told them, look, I'm going to make this video within the confines of what I'm allowed to talk about, and I'm going to tell you people because I think you guys should know what I can tell you. So, there is a phone. It does exist. So, one, Onward Mobility is not mothballed. They are not people who are uneducated. They're not people who are not capable of doing their jobs. They're not people who don't know what they're doing. They know very well what they're doing. They're experts in many of their fields and have been working, some of them even with the previous BlackBerry brand, with BlackBerry Mobile under TCL. So there is a lot of expertise here to try and bring this phone to market. It is coming. It is unfortunate that our timeline for what we have expected based off of the expectations they presented for us has not been met. So yes, there is no BlackBerry right now. It has been the first half of 2021. There will be, to my knowledge, at some point in time in the very near future, some sort of press statement or information put out by the company that will outline more information on when the device will be here. I can't talk about that for them. However, I can say that there is a device. It is a very nice device. I can't talk about the specifics. I can't talk specifically about the phone itself. But what I can say, part of the reason that it is not here yet is because it's not the original design. The original design was not one that was received well in the private sector. And I have said in many videos before that the fan base is not key to the survival of this phone. There's not that many of us left. And they're trying to make the most secure phone in the world. They're trying to make it marketable. if you know or don't know this, BlackBerry started off not as a phone you could get for consumers. It was an enterprise phone. It was something only available to businesses, and then it became available to consumers because it was so popular. This is the first BlackBerry in a very, very long time that is primarily marketed towards the enterprise market, but it is going to be secondarily available for the consumer market. So there is actually a lot of industry and enterprise level interest in this device. In the first one, there was not. In the second one, there is. So that has created a problem. Also, 2020, 2021 have presented very unique problems that have not existed before. Talking about COVID, talking about the disruption of the supply chain, talking about the lack of availability of hardware. That's not specifically all the reasons. I'm just saying there have been a lot of events that have transpired over the last year that make it very difficult to bring a phone to market. Samsung had to ditch the Note 21. Samsung has been, at least according to leaks, has been saying that they were even questioning whether to bring the FE21 to market. Other manufacturers have been switched to other chipsets. And I even had a criticism from somebody saying, look, Unihertz can do it. Why can't BlackBerry do it? BlackBerry is trying to make a phone on the scale of satisfying customers. There are about 1 million BlackBerry customers in the world who want a phone. There are probably about 10,000 people who are going to buy a Unihertz Titan Pocket. Unihertz Titan Pocket is using a P70. They're using a bunch of different phone products that they probably got that were sitting on the shelf on clearance somewhere. And this is not a dig at them whatsoever. This is a Kickstarter project versus a major global operation. Unihertz did not go out and hire somebody to handle government contracts and sales in the European, Asian, and Middle Eastern market or African market. They do not have somebody dealing with government and contract sales. Nobody in the government's buying a Unihertz Titan Pocket. So there's a major distinction there. This one, there are people in government, there are people in enterprise, there are people in the business sector that are keenly interested in this phone. Not just because it is going to have a physical keyboard, but because it's going to have the best in class, best mobile phone security in the world. So that has been a tremendous undertaking. So to preserve the brand, to bring a global flagship device, and I can't talk about the specs, I can't talk about the design, I can tell you it is the most auspicious and impressive BlackBerry design that I have ever seen. And I think most people will be very happy with it. There's going to be people that are not. I'm going to tell you right now because there's never been a solution that's made every BlackBerry fan happy. I know there's a lot of BlackBerry fans out there who want a Priv. There's a lot of people out there who want a new Passport. There's a lot of people who want a new Classic. There's a lot of people who want just a bare bones operating system. There are a lot of people who still want BlackBerry 10. There is no solution out there that is going to make everybody happy. But I think that the people that genuinely care about the brand, the people who love physical keyboards, will be very happy with it. And it's going to make people in the enterprise and the consumer market both very happy. There's a lot of interest in it. So in that vein, I have spoken with them. There's actually a non-functional mock-up device that once they release this information, there is a plan. Eventually they're going to say, hey, look guys, this is the design. Once that has been made public, they're going to send it to me so I can actually make a video and show you guys what it looks like. So there's been communication going back and forth between them and I on certain things. I've offered my criticism. I've offered a lot of criticism. I have been very point blank and candid with them and said, look, these are my thoughts and feelings. They know that I care very much about the brand. They know I care about you guys. And they know that, but we have a mutual playing field here. We both want the best for the brand. We want the phone to come to the market. So the phone is coming. The new timeline will be released by them. Now, that's not going to do anyone any favors right now. There's a lot of people out there right now holding a phone saying, look, this one is problematic. This one has issues. This one, I've been holding on to my key 1 or my key 2 or whatever for so long. What do? I'm going to make a video. Once they announce the timeline, I will talk about that and I will tell you my thoughts and feelings. What are some alternatives? What are some best things? Your phone probably will not die before they make this announcement. At least I hope not. Otherwise, I'll be yelling at them myself. But it's a very complicated situation here. Unfortunately, I am very constrained about what I can say about the device, what I can say about the timeline, what I can say about everything. They have read your emails. They have responded to a lot of the emails. Probably it hasn't been the answer you wanted to hear because you want to know everything. You want to know, hey, what does it look like? When's it coming? What does it do? And it's very understandable. But I can tell you, it is a global flagship. They're not lying. It is a very powerful device that they're making. It is a very capable device. I'm very excited about it to the tune that as long as this thing happens like it's supposed to, which I believe that it is. If I didn't believe in these people or this phone, I wouldn't be here making this video. And I'm not trying to ding or zing these guys at all. Their heart is in the right place. Unfortunately, the world and the situation surrounding the phone have created the situation that we're in right now. And 2020, 2021 have been terrible. We all know that. It has disrupted a lot more than a niche phone that a company operating under a licensing agreement that they're trying to save. You know, there are much bigger things that have happened over this point in time. There are much bigger phones and much bigger companies who have stopped making phones. I mean, LG is washed up. There's no more LG Mobile. It is gone. Samsung has cannexed several of their phones. The Redmi phones, a lot of them have switched over to MediaTek processors. So we're finally starting to recover out in the world. Everything is finally kind of getting spooled back up again. This phone will happen. I believe it will happen. If at any point in time in the future that they ever let me know, hey, it's not going to happen, I will let you know. Like, I will be the first person within the ability what I can to be here to tell you, like, look, it's not going to happen, guys. We need to move on. But I'm not here to say that at this point. I think that the phone's going to come to market. I've talked to them. They are very, very, very determined to bring all of us this phone. It's going to be the best BlackBerry ever made. It's going to be the most powerful BlackBerry ever made. And I'm not just saying that. This isn't a Tim Cook moment where it's like, obviously, yes, it's the new one, so it's going to be the most powerful. But if you look at any given generation of BlackBerry phone that's ever come out, on the same level, looking at it in the industry today, when it comes out, it will be on par with what you consider to be a flagship Android phone. In the camera department, in the battery department, in the power department. It will be a global flagship. It will be very nice. You'll be very happy. So, they are working on it. It is coming. Unfortunately, the timeline has not been met. There are reasons for it. That will come to light more later, I'm sure. If it doesn't, then there are things that can't be talked about in the industry. There are things in the business world where if it were to be leaked out, or if it were to be put out in the public, or if I were to just come out here and say it, it could adversely impact the device. There's a lot of moving parts going on here that a lot of people don't understand, and I'm not going to get into the complexities of it, but this is like in the business world. Leaks can be very harmful. This is not a leak. I'm a very anti-leak culture, and I care more about this brand than any one video on here, any one person watching this video, or anything. Really, I'm just, there's nothing to me in my tech reviewing world that is more important to me than the BlackBerry brand. So, I care about it. I believe in it. I think they're doing what's best, and I believe that this phone is going to come to market. I've been based off of assurances and talking to them. This is not just gut feelings. I just can't talk to you about the specifics. So basically what I'm doing here is saying, look guys, y'all believe in me. I believe in them. What I am telling you, that this is not something they asked me to do. I'm not being paid for this. They're not even getting to see this before I recorded it. I sat down and I said, look guys, I'm going to record this. You can watch it. You can tell me if I'm off base, if I've gone outside this non-disclosure agreement, but these guys have been waiting, and the more that we sit here and wait and nobody says something, whether you can or cannot, look, I've got a YouTube channel. I'm going to talk in my personal capacity. I'm not going to do anything outside the scope of this NDA. I'm not going to hurt the brand. Let me talk to my people. Let them know that, look, the phone's coming. It's going to be here. It's not on the timeline we want. They'll talk about that later. It is very powerful. It is a very, very amazing phone. I'm really excited about it. When I get the dummy unit and I'm able to talk to you guys once they come out and say, ta-da, this is what it is, it's going to be a great moment. They're going to start being more communicative. Once there's a certain milestone that's met, there is a goal that they have to start putting out a lot more information so people know what's going on. I've talked to them about this. They're very much on the same page. They have a lot of things they want to say. They want to share part of the process and everything that's going on with you guys, so that way you can be invested, you can understand what's going on, you can be excited. We want excitement around this brand. We don't want negativity. Negativity is just brought on by the expectation that we had. Unfortunately, this expectation was not met, and it's a shame, and it's unfortunate, but there are reasons behind it. It's not necessarily their fault, and I think it's going to get better in the near future. Hopefully in the very near future, they'll be able to share more. And I know this is there's not a lot of substance here. All right, this is just me talking based off of the conversations I've had with them. I have told them, I've given them my own unfiltered opinion on things and told them my thoughts. I even gave recommendations on the device. If they're incorporated, hey, pretty cool. We'll find out one day. But I know that this is not a fix. This doesn't fix anything today. This doesn't make anything better because it's not here yet. But what it does do is hopefully it can restore some hope. Hope that you guys, one, if you believe me, then I'm telling you the truth from what I know. And I think that it's going to be here. I think that this device is going to happen. Unfortunately, I can't talk about more. Hopefully I can at some point in time. Hopefully I can continue to be integrated in this process with these guys. They do trust what I have to say. They believe in what I have to say. And they listen to me if, I offer my opinion. Now, of course, they do whatever they do what they think is best. I do what I think is best. You guys, you voice your concerns on how you think things should be. So there's a happy medium to be struck there, but ultimately the phone has to be marketable. It has to be profitable. And the key to that, I've always said from the beginning, is getting this back in enterprise. Secondarily, we'll get it, which is great because we get a great phone. So when it gets here, it's going to be sunshine and rainbows. For now, we got to wait for the clouds to move out of the way to see the sunshine and the rainbows. But I assure you it's there. So hopefully this has been helpful. I'll try to elaborate more in certain ways in the comments if I can, because you guys are going to have more questions than I have answers for right now, just talking off the top of my head. But yes, it's not here now. There will be an announcement soon. And by soon, it'll be in the next month. It should be. It should be sooner than that. I can't talk about timeline, but they have assured me that they are working on trying to get a message out on, kind of what's going on and an updated timeline on things. So there should be more information forthcoming. The device is happening. It is beautiful. These guys are working really hard. They care very much about the brand. They care about you guys. And that's all I've got. So hopefully you found something in this. I'm sorry if you're still angry. I had somebody trying to preach to me about my moral obligation and duty to spill the beans and tell y'all everything. That is counterproductive. And they even assume that I don't have a non-disclosure agreement. Look, I know what a non-disclosure agreement is. I write them. I have written them. And I can only talk about what I'm allowed to in the scope of that agreement and what they've told me that I can say. So, not told me what I can say, but have given me authorization to talk about. So, that's what this is. And it's very important. So, please respect that. I'm not going to tell you what it looks like. I'm not going to tell you the specs. I'm not going to tell you anything about this phone that they're not going to put out first. So I'm just going to put an end to that right now. But all I can say is it's going to be great. So that's all I've got in this video. If you have any questions or comments, I know you will. There's going to be a lot. I'm going to try and answer them. I care very much about you guys and your opinions and what you think and about this brand, because ultimately that's why half of us are here. So we'll talk about it. I'll say what I can. I won't say what I won't, and I will tell you up front. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sticking with. Thank you for continuing to believe in the brand. This is not on behalf of Onward Mobility. This is not on behalf of BlackBerry. This is on behalf of Adam J. Matlock, the person who loves BlackBerry the most in the world. I mean, maybe somebody else does, but I'm sitting here saying it on my channel that when I got into doing YouTube, it was because I wanted to review BlackBerries. I've loved this brand. I've been using it since 2005, and I care more about it than any other piece of technology that's out there. That's why I take such great care and believe so much in what's going on and want it to happen. And it's not just fanciful. It's not farcical. It's based on substance. So that's all I've got. There'll be more videos forthcoming. As soon as there's an official statement put out, I will have another video and I will offer what I can more based off of that and elaborate in ways that I can. So thank you. Thank you for everything. And we'll sit around and wait a little bit longer till we hear something. But unfortunately, no, the device is clearly not ready right now.